Welcome back, everybody. We're going to the final round, round 3. Right now, Protoss have been kicking ass. We're going to see if they will keep doing that, though, because Flash and Jaedong are in Group C.
Yes, but Snow's in there. So it's a very exciting, fun group. I'm just excited to see Jaedong back in a professional match here once again. You see him play some for fun on his stream and everything, some of the fun team matches that the pro gamers put together, but this is serious business.
I am most interested in the Snow versus Flash match because I think Jaedong can win, and we'll have to see what kind of strategy he employs against, in his 2 games. But Snow versus Flash is always interesting and always basically the most elevated, highest level PvT that there is.
Yeah, generally that is what it should end up looking like. So yeah, I'm excited for that as well. That's going to be the final match of the night.
But first and foremost, it's going to be Flash and Jaedong starting things out on Neo Sylphid.
Oh, Jaedong's still on Overwatch. That's cool. And Circuit Breakers for Flash versus Snow. That could be a long and epic game.
That might be the best game of the entire night.
Could be. I'm really looking forward to Flash versus Jaedong. I feel like if Jaedong wins, it's most certainly a strategic victory.
He has done some really strong, sneaky openings. There's a lot that Zerg can do to T.E.N early on. A lot of really crazy stuff. I mean, we saw, I think it was Jaedong beating, was it Jaedong beating Flash with a Hydra bust?
Yeah, that was, they played a best of 5 in ASL, like 2 or 3 or something, and Flash ended up winning 3-2. But it was a close series with some crazy strats, like you said, Hydra bust.
Also, we have been seeing Flash lose a little bit more lately. Like, people are catching up. Did not manage to win this last ASL.
That is true. Okay, in the bottom left, greatest of all time, it's Flash.
Yes, and in the bottom right is Jaedong. Now, Jaedong has taken a little bit of time off here, which is not uncommon, really. You can see him down there. It's good to see him playing again. StarCraft really isn't StarCraft without Jaedong. Each of the races has 1 or 2 players that, when you think of the game and you think of a race, you think of that person.
Yeah,
and in this case, Jaedong was that with Zerg. I think he's really got that beyond his play and beyond how much he's revolutionized the game. I think he has that X factor as a human being.
Oh yeah, he's one of the coolest, nicest people I've ever met, actually.
He's smart, he's charming, he's a good-looking dude.
Yeah.
And a lot of these players were the people that really brought esports in Korea into the mainstream and kept it there. I think, and we've seen this no matter what country, no matter what culture, no matter what language you speak, you'll see people trying to laugh off video games. And it's hard to do that. I mean, of course, Korea had the first esports revolution, but you see guys like this, and it's kind of hard to call them geeks or nerds, or they're not serious. Any of that. I think the first player to really do it was Slayer's Boxer, but we've had a series of people come out and basically give the game a good reputation. I think we saw this, in various sports in the past as well. I think UFC, people wanted to paint as, a bunch of barbarians. And then you had a whole bunch of smart, articulate people come out, people that, were athletes and people that were articulate or fun to follow. And it sort of breaks the stereotype that people have. So, of all maps to have this on Neo Sylphid, I think in some ways this is the most exciting map to see these two play it on. Because this is basically our newest, freshest StarCraft map that is, I think fair to all the races.
Yeah, it's just a very good map overall. I think it makes the most interesting games that we have currently from all our maps. So, yeah, happy to see this. I want to make a guess here. I feel like Jaedong, something that could fit him well right now. You know that Ultralisk build with the Queens? Yeah. I think that it's good on this map, first off. And I think it's like, it would be a really reasonable thing, because we don't look at him as a mechanical god anymore, right? But he's got great Mutalisk control. And the build isn't like too hard to do, but the thing is, whatever you choose to do, you're doing it against Flash, which makes it just so much harder.
Let's also remember, let's assume, for instance, Jaedong goes for some mutas. I think that's a safe bet, right? We'll know pretty quickly if he doesn't. But if he goes for mutas, I want to see if Flash is going to make a Valkyrie here.
Yeah, that's a real possibility.
He may or he may not do it, but that leads to a very specific type of game if he does do that.
Well, he skipped his gas, went for a second Rax instead. So if he does go Valkyries, it'll be against a Mutalisk all-in. So probably not this game now that we've seen the builds a little bit further. Flash checking on Zergling counts here.
Yeah, I think for beginners, it can look like the worker's just running around. You're checking literally everything you can see, anything you can see. Whether he made a drone or a pair of Zerglings is important.
Yeah, every Ling here he needs to know, and he does know.
One gas or two, and the Lings get there, and of course, I think it was to be expected, but the Zerglings do have to back up.
Yeah, this is the to and fro of this matchup.
Trying to get better at worker micro like that.
Yeah.
Is there a trick to that? Is it just being fast and A-clicking, or are you right-clicking,
honestly,
or are you A-clicking past?
I think that the trick to worker micro, the more I learn about worker micro and continue to work on it, is less clicks is better with workers.
So it's just all precision-based, huh?
That's my feel for it at the moment.
Okay, so there's going to be a depot placed here. This is to add less surface area for the Zerg to attack the bunker on. You don't want to have it completely walled off like you would in a PvZ, because you actually do need to get out of here.
Yeah.
And you don't really have time to destroy your own buildings here.
No. Okay, third hatchery actually in the main base, so he might be playing a fighting style of Terran vs. Zerg two hatchery play. Yeah, like this is actually something that's trending right now a little bit, where you make your third hatchery in the main, and then when Terran starts moving out to try to pressure towards a third base that they don't really know where it is, there isn't one, and you actually have more units than they expect. Yeah, that's a very cool thing to see Jaedong given a try to here.
We have more Marines coming, as it's just going to be a build-up on both sides. There's nothing out of the ordinary here for Flash, correct?
100% standard.
So this is your build you want to use if you're trying to get good at Terran here. There's a lot of things Zerg can do to you, but basically if you get familiar with this, you can kind of ride this all the way.
Everything in theory.
Yeah, you can basically ride this to the highest ranks.
Yes, absolutely.
If you wanted to.
This is the way Light plays basically every game against Zerg. All right, Muta's on the way right now. His third hatch has popped up. The turret's going up for Flash just on time.
And we have our first Mutalisks hatching now.
You can see some pretty defensive play here from Flash. He hasn't walked out the front of his base at all. Instead, his Marines are inside waiting for these Mutas to fly over.
A scan there. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, use
the scan literally over where the Mutas would be flying.
A little bit lucky, to be honest.
Well, this
Whoa,
is
there's a fish in that water. Never saw that before.
Yeah, we don't give that water much attention. There it is again.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so chases those Mutas out immediately. And here's the thing, right? You have to try to keep pressure on as Terran. It looks like Jaedong going to take another main. That's kind of sneaky. That's not one of the places that you really think. The place he scanned is the place that you think, and the one above the Zerg's main. Okay, Jaedong flying by, killing a few SCVs here.
Oh, this is amazing by Jaedong. In and out. 8 Mutas still to go. Another dash back in. Oh my God!
Really nice micro.
That was beautifully done.
And
Flash, there it is.
Flash has actually opted for very quick tech here off of just 2 barracks.
He's kept all 8 Mutas alive. Some are damaged, some are not.
Look at that, the second scan. He's looking for it. He wants to know where that third base is.
And in this case, Jaedong has taken 12 o'clock, the other spawn location.
Oh my God.
A scan there on the third hatchery because he's trying to find where the tech is. And I think Jaedong's got a really good read on Flash's scan patterns.
Dude, he missed the Hydralisk Den, and he missed the Queen's Nest.
Yep.
And he hasn't scanned the third. This is looking very good for Jaedong right now.
7 Mutas in here right now. And again, he just guns down an SCV, backs up. He's sending more Mutas out to group back up. We should have the Lurker tech coming into play here. Now, Flash does have enough muscle to start asserting himself on the map. There's plenty of Marines and medics.
Absolutely. He should have +1 just about now. He's got his range, he's got his stim, he's got a nice group. Okay, he just scanned there, right, and found out where that third is.
And I don't think there's enough time for lurkers to morph up there, unless that's a
No.
Hydra headed up to 12.
And it's too many Marines. Like this, the Ling Muta, I don't think quite gets it.
No,
his
there's
Mutas
not enough
need to get
Lings.
in and start mixing it up, though. If his Mutas do not slow this down at all, there's no chance.
Okay, now he's actually buying time, though.
Whoa.
Jaedong is actually doing a pretty insane job here.
I hope for his sake he has another Hydra about to pop in that base. I don't think 2 are going to do it.
He should have another Hydra. You know you need at least 3. He's going to make the lurk. He's going to make an egg wall over here.
Yeah.
Or is he? What am I?
Yeah, no, he'll egg wall, and then you make lurkers behind it.
Oh! Talk
Okay,
about
double
cape
egg wall.
but this is wall egg.
Wall egg. Oh, my God. So that egg already took a lot of damage. He's going to have to cancel that in a second.
Okay, with that egg going down, T.E.N should be able to breach this. Great Muta
Well,
control.
he starts to. The Muta's coming in and actually doing some good micro here. The lurker
Oh!
gonna burrow.
Second lurker is going to run back. Good targeting.
Wow, just so great from Flash. Rallying up more Marine Medic as well. And now Jaedong's base is going to be taken out. A perfect break here from Flash.
And I gotta say, Jaedong would almost, like barely did not hold this.
He needed a third Hydra made in that main rather than sending it from the other main.
Yeah.
So that there would be 2 lurkers behind the egg. So I feel like he was a little bit greedy, made 1 extra drone there more than he should have.
And you know, I gotta say, I think from now on paper, T.E.N should win, especially with Flash playing. But
Yes.
I think Jaedong basically played the perfect game up until the hold. You know, one thing that's funny about eggs in this game, we're seeing it here with these Marines attacking, is they just don't die. The armor on eggs is crazy.
10 armor.
It was a design in the game because I think the game makers realized that otherwise people would just shoot the eggs down.
Yeah.
If they died like units, there would just be no hope. But so because of that, the eggs are incredibly armored. And so we see lurker eggs used as part of a wall, and then if you're fast enough to burrow it. But I think now, you know, Flash has been unleashed on the map.
Yeah.
And as good as Jaedong's Muta Micro is, it's not enough. And unfortunately, Flash irradiates the...
Oh, really good lurker spines. Insanely good lurker spines.
I don't
He
know if
clears
it's
the
going to be
army.
enough.
He cleared the army, and he got the vessel.
But-
It's still Flash is in the lead. You're
Yes,
right about
yes.
that. But those were big moments. Now he can actually get another base up, maybe.
Well, he's going to gun down an Overlord here. Now, this infantry is moving blindly through this area, which is super risky.
Yeah, I don't. Well, here comes a Defiler. Okay, flanks with the lurkers.
Okay, JD, look at this.
Jaedong gonna
Right.
take down another army here.
And now the Defiler's out. And as the consume upgrade finishes, that's the moment where suddenly the entire game goes into the next level.
Yeah, really. This is getting scary. He hasn't actually seen the Defiler yet. But it's right here. Oh, he's got to kill the Defiler. Oh, he actually does not get to target it. No damage on the Defiler yet. The lurkers continue to move forward. Okay, the Radiate goes down, so the Dark Storms won't get to his natural yet.
Not bad, though. Again, though, T.E.N on 2 bases. 2 bases is enough to keep a strong T.E.N for a long time.
That is
Expanding isn't the thing T.E.N's that worried about.
Yeah. All right, let's see if he can stop more of these. Oh, these lurkers coming up. Hey, I mean, actually, Jaedong is getting great lurker connections.
Yeah, he is. Absolutely. The problem is Jaedong also needs to get a 3rd base up. I'll tell you what, man. Oh! We saw what he was trying to do.
Yeah. All right, he's added in a lot of fire bats here. So Flash is ready for a fight. He knows that Jaedong has almost no units. So he is going to trade, maybe even if inefficiently here, to try to break him.
Okay, Dark Swarm coming down now.
The Radiates, though, they're starting to pile up. These are valuable units for Jaedong. All right, good moves here. Gets a couple extra lurker spines, picks off some of these fire bats.
Well, the 3rd base is up, and I think with 2 lurkers, I believe they're going to be sent up onto the high ground.
Yeah.
infantry can't break that. Irradiate can kill the lurkers, and then you can go up there. But I mean,
You got to stack them here.
yeah. Now notice that. Look, 2 on top of each other because you can't irradiate one until the other one's irradiated. In fact, we should see a dark swarm just for the.
Yeah, you really should throw it down. And there he does. Probably wasn't going to break that anyways. But the stacked lurker is very important here. Just going to be another thing that can slow Flash down. Flash taking additional base.
Now, it's also important because the stacked lurkers create ambiguity about how many lurkers are actually there. It could be 3, it could be 1.
Yeah. You can kind of tell a little tiny bit, but you can't click on them. So you can't know like 100%, especially in the speed of a game. You can't radiate them like you mentioned.
Jaedong taps out.
Yeah.
And I think he played a really good game. I think he played a game at like a 95%.
Yeah.
And Flash played it at 101%.
Yeah, that would have been a game that he would have beaten a lot of good T.E.N players in.
Yeah.
Again, I really think that if he had made one additional Hydra at the 12 o'clock base out of that hatchery, because he sent 2 Hydras, then another one up. The other one was lagging a little bit behind and took some damage, so the egg was damaged, which also hurt him. But if you have 2 lurkers morphing behind your lurker wall, it gets so hard for T.E.N to get in there.
I mean, I feel for him. That is the most important part of the game if you're playing that style as Zerg, is to get the third base up and defended and mine from it. But I mean, that's really what the whole game's leading up to. And I mean, T.E.N can play if the third base is up, but really the most important point of attacking is to deny that, because then you have T.E.N on 2 base, Zerg on 2 base. And Jaedong showed us you can play as a Zerg on 2 base, but not for that long, not against Flash.
No, certainly not. It's too bad, because I think he did so many things so well that game. It was very refreshing to see Jaedong put up a good fight against Flash. But now we get to see how he does against Snow. And this could decide if he loses against Snow, then T.E.N gets second place, because Flash already has 2 points.
Snow's gotten very good at PvZ.
He has.
Thing is, Jaedong looked really good. He looked really, really good in that game. It's not always about winning and losing in this case. I think a big takeaway was that, is that Jaedong is just in good shape overall, especially with his micro and his control, which is very important in PvZ. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Do you remember what map it was?
Overwatch, right?
Oh, yes, you're right. It is Overwatch.
That's a different game. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm really tired right now. No, I think it was Overwatch.
What do you think about this map for the matchup?
It's good on both sides, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like...
it's fine.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Snow's PvZ in general right now. I think he has really good sense for how and when to expand, which I think is very important on Overwatch specifically.
Okay, Jaedong in the bottom right, Snow in the upper left.
All right. Whew. Protoss 4, T.E.N 2.
So there's a lot of fun. Can I just tell you how much it triggers me, this background that Snow has when I watch a stream?
Those cabinets?
And then sometimes the cabinet doors open. Where
Those
I'm like,
are hideous. What is that? The Swedish flag? Like, what am I looking at?
I'm trying to think of so, because I watch a stream and sometimes I'm just like, all right, I'm glad I can see all of your coats.
Yeah, that's true.
That's good. That's good. You hang them up. This is what my room looks like right now, but not with the Swedish flag cabinets.
Yeah.
But it's like, all right, we're just I don't know if I shut my cabinet door when I put my shirt on because I'm not streaming it to everybody, so I wasn't worried about it.
I leave my closet open almost all the time. When I close my closet, that's like making a bed or something. That's like a special occasion.
Yeah. Which is fine. For me, it triggers me because it's like, all right, well, you got I don't know what that is, a gingerbread man hanging on the left there. And I'm like, well, is there a gingerbread man on the other? I don't know because I'm looking at his clothes right now. I guess the top drawer, maybe that's his underwear. The bottom one's his socks. That's how I would do it in a setup like that.
I feel like those cabinets are like cabinets that his great aunt left his family that his mom won't let him get rid of.
Yeah. Yeah, where like the wood is very good quality, but you know, never mind the deep blue colors.
So we have a little bit of harassment here from the probe. It's a forge expand from Snow.
And Jaedong's background here, very minimalist.
Yeah. What's on his chair, though? Blue and orange?
Some kind of support pillow.
Support pillow? You don't think it's some sort of cabinet like what Snow has behind him?
It's a very small, it's the small cabinet doors on the back. Now, I don't know if there's a gingerbread man just, you know, disaligning his spine, but...
Yeah. He probably looks at that gingerbread man and winks every time his speed shuttle gets away.
Yeah.
Run and run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
You know what's funny about Snow's background, I just realized, is that's the kind of blue that can also operate as a green screen. You can have what's a blue screen, so he could basically... Snow could, if he wanted to, make it look like he's actually in some kind of pirate jail.
Yeah.
You can have some kind of background there where there's a sleeping drunk pirate and then a dog holding a key that he has to lure over to get out.
Yeah, it's like that ride at Disneyland.
Yeah. Now, this game, which I've just now begin to look at because now that I feel like we've kind of fleshed out all we can with the webcam shots here.
I'll let you know if I come up with anything else.
No problem, yeah. I welcome it. We're having about, I was going to say about as standard as you can get, but then he threw down the Hydra Den. Now, I was really wondering, I didn't want to, you know, typecast Jaedong too much just based off some of the older games he played. But Jaedong was Hydra rushing in the modern era where Hydra rushes basically won almost every PvZ for like a year.
Yeah.
Do you remember this where every game we casted, I'm like, okay, is this just how you play it now? Does Protoss just try not to die every game?
Well, let's not forget, there is a macro version of this as well.
Right.
Right? Maybe that's going to be where he goes with it.
Well, let's see. It was actually a pretty early Hydra Den. Now, that being said, you can... I can't remember which player I heard say this, but I like the expression, you just get it for looks. Because it doesn't cost you that much to throw down a Hydra Den, right? I mean, it's a pretty cheap building. You're going to lose a drone. Okay, no big deal. Make a Hydra or two, kill the probe, stop.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's what he's going to do here. The thing is, if you see the Den, a player of Snow's caliber, if he sees this rush coming, I think you stop it. You know?
Yeah, he's still even making the Stargate, so he's not too afraid right now.
I've seen some players, when they see the Den right away, they just make a Stargate, and then they make a Robo right away.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times.
And then you go right into a normal game, and you have speed shuttles then. You're set up better even for a later game. You can storm drop.
Seems like something that would fit Snow well. He made a Dragoon. What is this Dragoon doing, Tasteless? He has a
I'm
Dragoon
sorry, is it
and a
moving out on the
Zealot.
map?
Yeah.
That is curious, right? Well, first of all, a Dragoon is faster than a Zealot. It can get away from Lings.
Okay.
This doesn't look like a build where you get speedlings right away. Maybe you can get out on the map and actually figure out what's going on. Dragoons are funny units because all of their abilities sort of don't make any sense. Like, why is a Dragoon faster than a Zealot?
Yeah.
But
it's got 4 legs, not 2.
This
Idiot.
is, yeah, that's right. That makes you much faster. Like, well, this is kind of cool. He does scout out the rush. I think Snow probably wanting to get confirmation just like, you know, any other player would. You know, the Dragoon does decent damage, too, to the Hydras. It's something, you know, we don't talk about very much, but a Dragoon is much more microable.
Yeah.
The explosive damage is quite good. I mean, well, I guess it's not great against Hydras, but the amount of damage a Hydra takes based off its HP is pretty good.
That Dragoon's been a hero. It's got 5 kills. Just helped alley-oop that Hydra kill as well.
Yeah, you're going to get damage, because, you know, with Speed Hydras, you know, sometimes the Zealots will never, ever touch them. It's like the worst micro fight ever. And so he sends his Zealots out here. They're going to soak a little bit more damage. Note that there's no +1 attack being made here.
He doesn't seem too concerned about this. He's
not
making many cannons. I feel like he might die.
Well, I mean, this looks like a pretty straightforward ladder game, to be frank. You know, the Corsair does a sweep to just confirm that there are still Hydras making.
Yeah.
It's a very easy rush to follow once the Corsair's out. It's not easy for Protoss to hold.
Is this the right number of cannons? Doesn't he need more tasteless?
I feel like the answer is yes, but Snow
like
is
he
sitting
needs
here
at
with like
least 2
450 minerals, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the deal is.
He is trying so hard not to overmake cannons. I've never seen anyone try as hard not to overmake cannons, but now he's finally taking it serious. Adding those cannons in. All right, some gateways on the way. This new forge is a spinning. The Dragoon's still safe there, acting as if it were a cannon.
Just a mobile cannon. And, Protoss spends a lot of money on cannons, but the Protoss is teching behind this. And making probes and everything else.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, from here, it's a pretty... I don't know, it's a straightforward game. The Zerg has a lot to catch up on.
Okay. He has added a couple hatches, though, so he's on 5 hatch, right?
Yeah.
His supply is really pretty reasonable, isn't it? 52 to 63 right now. I guess Snow hasn't really started his production, though.
Yeah, well, once the gateways finish, it really hikes up. And that's when, the pressure's on. Here we go, more gateways are coming down. And this is the easier part of the game. I mean, when you hold the rush off, it's kind of like if Protoss is just running their whole army into you, and then the fun part for Terran is that you get to go counterattack and kill them. If they've wasted everything, shuttles fly in, they don't do anything. You've survived it. Now, that being said, Jaedong didn't dive in and try to kill him. He actually was pretty safe, so he's not in a bad spot. But this is an easy phase of the game for Protoss here. You macro up, power up, you get that second forge. You always get a second forge if they kill your first one. Your upgrades won't be out as quick, so why not just double down?
He made a second one. This is his 3rd forge now. So he's actually going to go double forge upgrades.
That's a second.
Well, he lost one at the front, and he's had one spinning the whole time in his main.
So that's 2 forges.
Yeah, but his 3rd he's made this game, right? So he's going to be going for armor upgrades and attack upgrades.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But I mean, you only have 2 forges, right?
Yeah.
You've remade the first one. Now you have your second one, and you do that because if they killed your first forge, you can't push out right away. So we've got all the gateways up. He's incrementing out a lot of units, and I mean, Zerg is going to be pretty brittle. The natural is a good target. The 3rd's a good target. I think lurkers are, a logical option, but, once you have enough Zealots and Templars, you just make a bunch of Dragoons, you push out, you do an attack.
Well, it seems like he is getting ready for that right now. Starting to walk around the map a little bit. I don't know if the SimCity at that 3rd base is going to work out for him here. I'm a little bit nervous for Jaedong.
I need to see it again. I'm not actually sure.
Well, it seems like that base almost has to be held via SimCity. Right? Or is that where you put your units because the bridge is so small?
I'm not actually sure. I mean, that was a good snipe there, but again, these Zealots will kill a lot of these Hydras off. It's not like all the Templars are with this army. You kind of move out with the Zealots and push away the Hydralisks. Here comes the next attack. By the way, he will need to destroy these cannons. You can't get out with the Dragoons at this phase of the game.
All right, going to attack into this 3rd. There's not too much there. Going to run the Hydras back into a little hole here. All right, makes a Lurker Egg. Beautiful.
Yeah, these other Hydras that come in here to try to help out will be surrounded.
Oh, my God. That is a lot of Zealots right there. Does he have to pull back? He's going to lose so much here.
Oh, that's a great storm there. And with those Hydras so low on HP, it's really easy to pop them off.
Run back up that ramp right now.
Now this attack is strong because Zerg invested in a big attack early on instead of investing in a layer and a big economy. But
well, he holds on. He hasn't lost drones.
More Zealots and High Templars coming here. I'm sorry, where are the Dragoons here? You eventually want to have Dragoons with this.
Well, Snow has that one Dragoon at home, but I haven't seen any others made yet. Some heavy Hydralisk micro going on. Trying to be as efficient as possible. Trying to hunt down some of these High Templars. It's going to be the only way to really clear the Lurkers at the moment.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you have just Zealots and High Templars. One angle, Templars are really clunky. And, even with these shots getting off, ideally you want to keep the Templars.
Yeah.
If you get a few shots off, and if you win a fight and you keep 3 Templars alive and you back up, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And also, Archons are great in PvZ. They're easy to micro. They do good splash damage. You know, they basically never bug on stuff.
Yeah.
If you leave an Archon alone, it always makes the right decisions, and yeah.
Yeah, sounds pretty good.
It's amazing compared to the Dragoon and the Templar. Yeah, I mean, at least we get something out of that. So the Dragoons are going to come down now. Now, this is where I thought maybe Snow should have waited a little bit
Yeah,
for his
save
army.
some more Zealots.
He's not playing poorly, but, you know, if I had to give some analysis, I think it might have been better to keep a little bit of his army together.
All right, these 3 Hydras in no man's land going to be caught. Jaedong, he's pushing a little bit too much, is he not? Like,
Well,
what is he trying to do here?
I think it's fine. I think he's setting up some grounds where it's,
Yeah.
you know, you want to keep the 4th alive. It's imperative that Zerg gets a 4th up. If Protoss can push the 4th and kill it, you just stay back and wait. By the way, +2 attack, +1 armor's done.
That is sick upgrades.
Also, one thing about this map in PvZ is it's got a lot more tight areas, which means you can control bridge areas very well. By the way, sniping the observer is, well, I was going to say is ideal, but he's getting surrounded now.
Not
Being
even going to make
chased
it
into
out of
where
here.
the 3rd would be. I guess you could snipe the probe. That's annoying.
Yeah, it's something at least. Lurker action, or Hydra Lurker coming up from the behind.
You know, if Hydra Lurker gets set up over here, and I think it will, I think Snow can actually lose this game. This is really bad. If Overlords get over here and he snipes the observers as well,
yeah, that would
you
be
know
big.
what? Actually, there's too much from Snow.
So Jaedong's attack absolutely not going to work. He has so little left over after this.
Yeah, even the targeting on each observer, which didn't kill it, which is
Yeah.
you know just too bad because that means you didn't even trade anything here. You didn't even kill even zealots or something. Again, the tech is basically stronger. The army's basically stronger for Snow because, well, Snow invested in this, and Jaedong went for the Hydra bust early on. We see the Lurker block is basically a failure.
Yeah.
He will get in there.
No, he's slowing him down, coming up that ramp right now. Jaedong macroing his heart out, but a huge side storm on those drones. It just doesn't seem like Jaedong has enough.
Okay. I actually don't think that Jaedong can hold this. And kind of like our earlier game, killing 3 hatches is huge, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you
yeah.
basically cut the production in half. And again, kind of like on Circuit Breakers, you've also cut the 3rd base off from the 4th. And I mean, yeah, with this next wave coming in here, Jaedong is dead. GG.
Whoa, Protoss remains undefeated.
Yeah!
God, they just win every game.
These are my Artosis-shaped glasses. I
Yeah.
see the world as you, Artosis.
I think you do,
You
Tasis.
cannot stop Protoss. They are the greatest.
Any race, any map. No.
The humans, the aliens, or the bugs, I guess. Protoss are the aliens.
Yeah.
The super intelligent aliens that communicate through each other's minds.
They don't have mouths. They don't have ears.
No, Artosis, I'm sure you and your Gauss rifles would take them out no problem, all right? Would you guys be talking on radio?
Probably, yeah.
And the Zerg are like, oh, we're insects. We're like ants. It's like, cool, dude.
Well, at least the insects.
What
you can
about
get a lot of
lightning
rain.
magic, buddy?
What about
Lightning magic?
Lightning magic.
Imagine
that's true.
lightning coming out of my fingers.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard to stop. The best I can do is try to research the EMP ability
Yeah.
to deal with your lightning magic, but
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys use mana. You should just like call it down from the sun or something. You know? God.
I think I once read on the internet, because I think Protoss get their power from the sun. Is that right? They're
think
basically
so.
plants, right?
It-
So shouldn't
I'm not
fire
sure.
bats do more damage to zealots?
They definitely
They're plants.
should. They definitely should. Should more damage.
Fire
to
bats
everything.
need an upgrade.
But how would plants make that type of stuff, right? Like make a giant carrier like plants made that? I don't think so, Tasteless.
We're basically monkeys and we make computer games.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess plants could do that.
Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah, how silly. of
My
me.
house has
How could there be
plants.
dark
I'm
Templars
offended
then?
right now. It's 2020.
Shakuris is dark. How do they get their energy? Or are they just always lethargic?
Mushrooms, okay? Different kind of plants.
Oh, okay. Dark light.
Can a fungus be a plant?
No. A fungus is different from a plant.
That's why he's here.
So that's it.
He knows plants
Yeah.
and fungi and Terran.
The only fun guy I know is right
Ah! We got our final match, and that's going to be the best.
here. Flash versus
Humans
Snow? Yeah.
versus plants.
But
I
right now
welcome it.
it's like 5 to 2 to 1. So Protoss so far undefeated. Zerg with only 1 map win. And they're not getting any more tonight. That's it. What can you say?
This is where just as kind of a moral boost for the Terrans, Flash shows up.
Yeah.
He lands like those superheroes do. He goes,
Yeah.
and kind of looks
It's like,
up
oh, is that
on one knee.
random player going to come and show us that the race can still win games? Sick.
That's
All
right. I'm so excited for Snow versus Flash. This really will be the best match, I think.
I really hope so. And it's on circuit breakers, so it's hard to kill each other early here.
The last big match that both Artosis and I cast of these two was the ASL Finals.
Season 8.
We thought it was going to be really close, and I think the game's really interesting, but Flash won every single one.
He smashed him. It was so weird to see because Snow was so
this
strong.
Is the moment for Snow to get revenge. In a best of one, take the victory, take Flash and his Riddler question mark random player thing,
Yeah.
and push him down a well.
Push him down.
Yeah.
All right.
He just answers the riddle. He just answers the riddle and the Sphinx's head explodes. Like that random player.
All right, Tasteless. Here we go. Flash versus Snow. Last match of the night. Guys, spread the word. Let people know. This amazing TVP is about to start.
Flash in the upper left, Snow in the bottom right, and one of the most played, tested, and mapped macro PvT maps, especially in these positions, that we could ever have.
They're cross spawns, so it's even harder to kill each other. I'm ready for it.
Let's go all night.
Oh, God, it's that cabinet again.
There it is. I'm glad that he has some gray, some white, but at least one kind of red shirt in there.
Gotta keep your options open.
You got to color coordinate, guys. So what is Snow going to do? I don't know.
Reavers.
Probably just, I guess, Dragoon, expand Reaver.
Yeah.
This appears to be like the most common PvT build.
Well, I guess, is there any way tonight could have been a 3-way tie?
I'm the last person in the world you want to ask that.
Because our final score will be like 9 different map wins. Yeah, I guess it could have been, right?
Yeah.
Could have been 3 to 3 to 3. Zerg's really let us down tonight. It's really
Yeah,
sad.
the bug race definitely did. So, Flash for the Rex in his main. No quick nexus here for Snow. Gateway gas, core soon to come. And most likely, I can't imagine a game where he does anything aggressive here.
No. Flash going ahead, grabbing that gas. Yeah. Well, we'll see how this opener goes. That was, by the way, closer to a 13 gas. Nyokin was actually messaging me about this earlier. A lot of pros right now are going for very late 12 gas or 13 gas.
Oh, of Terrans?
Yeah, because you never have 200 minerals at the same time as 100 gas in TVP.
Oh, cool.
So there's no reason to get the gas quite at that time, right?
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, just mine a few extra minerals.
Something I've definitely noticed as well. A lot of the time, if you don't want to cancel the Marine, you can just 13 gas actually works way better with it. Anyways, Flash did that, by the way. It was a very late 12 or a very early 13 gas. It was like right on the border
Look
there.
how fine-tuned this game has become.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. The little tiny things, and they actually make a huge difference.
Yeah.
And some people don't think they do, but that's because they're bad at the game. They don't understand what's going on, but
Yeah.
they think they might.
They're what scientists call garbo.
Yeah. Garbabo, even.
Yeah. Garbabulous.
Garbubulous.
Yeah.
All right, so one Marine and the command center. There's a zealot on the way, Flash! Run! Run!
Here he
I
comes.
can't believe he's doing this. What is he doing? Why?
Oh my
What
god,
am I
one
even
hit.
looking
Keep in
at?
mind,
Like-
it's actually only 3 Zealot hits to kill a Marine. And every damage you take on a
Dude.
Marine is basically permanent. I mean, there's no medics that are going to be in this game. He gets another SCV!
Dude, he's just sitting here assuming
Whoa!
that there's not going to be a Zealot made.
Well, that
That was some good micro there.
is
at
what
the
I
end.
call an epic gamer moment.
I can't believe he tried that. That was the greediest expansion ever.
It's funny, too, because I guess it makes sense to get the Zealot. You know, it's a safe thing to get. But, yeah, it came all the way across the map. Killed 2
funny stuff.
SCVs.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
Zealot's still there.
Yeah. And this, of course, what we've seen here, this wasn't like the regular factory expansion. He actually went ahead and went for Command Center before factory, but also didn't make like any Marines. So very like off-the-cuff build here from Flash. He's still fine, of course. This is not game over in any way.
There is one SCV on the map that can continue to poke around. Really, if you can have one worker hiding on the map, especially in a game where, like in this case, the Protoss is the control race, having that out to scout and see what's going on is really helpful.
Right now, Flash is going up to 2 factories, whereas Snow is going to 2 gates. So Snow will have a good amount of units. He won't like die to anything like the 2 factory, most likely. I'm not sure exactly what type of 2 factory this will be. This is really gearing up very much like a barracks expansion, like a gasless expansion. So it's reasonably likely he'll go like siege mode and also grab a turret and then just kind of get some vultures on the map.
Okay, and so Snow is also just going to get another Nexus over here. 2, I'm sorry, is that a Robo in the Protoss's main below the pylon?
No, that's the Cybernex core.
Oh, did he actually put the Cyber Core over there? Okay,
Yeah.
so no Robo yet.
No, maybe he'll make it like pretty soon here, I would say, right? Or he's just gonna go 3rd Nexus. Look at that, very macrocentric.
I'm really intrigued by this because I just always feel like, not that I'm good, but I just, in my head, I'm always thinking you need to get a robot just to confirm what they're doing. But Snow just, I guess, apparently says you can blindly go
Yeah,
for a 3rd Nexus.
he's playing very greedily here with the 3rd Nexus. And Flash is actually doing a pressure build.
Now, this is
I
uncommon
do
in
believe.
cross spawns at the highest level. A lot of players will just sort of get greedy because they know, okay, you're in cross spawns on like one of the biggest maps, in the most open area of all maps. Great control, damages that 1 tank. He's continuing to chip away at the bunker. The tanks will have to come up again.
Snow cannot be losing units here. He has to be so careful.
Yeah.
Now, Flash
needs
is
to run
going to move out very shortly here, and Snow has to make sure his SimCity is in line, his micro is good.
One thing to remember, too, is that the Robo was actually being made at the entrance of the Natural. I don't know where Terran's going to push. I think the 3rd is a more ideal location, but sometimes things get a little hairy, and Terran has to improvise, and you end up pushing somewhere else. And so let's watch for that. Now, we have additional gateways. I think it's going to be 3 more coming down now. But Flash is inbound with a pretty tricky push, and I think he's kind of calling Snow's bluff.
Yeah, no, he's going to come down right now, rallying vultures as well. I would be surprised if this doesn't do anything. It looks like he backed up with the Marines and siege tanks there for a moment. The vultures just running around, laying some mines, some really well-placed mines here, and he's trapping the goons out. So now Flash just has to carefully eliminate these, and then he should be able to do something like kill the 3rd.
Okay, this is very good kiting, though, from Snow.
Yes,
He's
very
also
good.
drawing him into a kind of a weird spot. Oh, I didn't even realize there were mines over there.
Yeah, he's going to go kill that 3rd base, I think, Tasteless.
Terran, this is going to be really hard for Snow to stop. By the way, guys, you know, in case this looks really strong, it is, but also Snow, like, made 2 Nexuses before a Robo.
Played a very greedy game, and he's getting punished here.
Yeah.
Flash doesn't do builds like this too often, but he mixes in everything, so you can't really play this way against him.
Yeah, it's hard to typecast his playstyle too much because he will occasionally just do this. Now, this is enough vultures. Protoss basically can't really get close, but if he could, like, as an example, drop on top of this. Oh, here come those other Dragoons. Oh my God! He dives into the mine, eats the shot.
God.
This tank surrounded will go down, allowing the third base to finish. Meanwhile, Flash taking a third of his own and an armory.
That was awesome.
Kiss me. That was amazing.
I want Flash to be my dad and Snow to be also my dad.
That, actually, I did not think it was going to work.
No.
I mean, 5 Dragoons against 3 tanks in siege mode, mines, a Marine, I think it was 2 or 3 Vultures, but like, you know, Flash had a mine too close, and I was actually going to say, in theory, if you had a shuttle, you could drop on those mines. That's like one way you could take this out, and then Snow just dive bombs it, comes in there. Now, Snow has won the battle, but he has not won the war. We have T.E.N getting a third up here, Protoss scrambling to get Arbiters out. There are observers on the map, so Snow can survey what's happening and try to come up with some kind of a solution.
Yeah, I think that there's no real solution. This game looks like it just goes standard from here on both sides, to be honest, right? Snow's taking his 4th and going Arbiter tech. Flash going to continue up his upgrade route. Now, we'll have to see if he adds that 4th. I think he's going to make it now. I'd be a little bit surprised if he just maxes on 3 bases. I think he definitely
Flash?
should. Yeah, he should be going for a 4th base. But that means that it gives enough time for Arbiters to really be out before any push occurs.
That Dragoon dive was so sick.
Yeah, that was amazing that it went as well as it possibly could have for Snow. His unit micro really is something else.
More gateways coming down. We're going to see a lot more of this. And here comes another expand, actually. Or, I'm sorry, another attack, actually. Excuse me.
If there's a Reaver in that.
I don't think there is.
There's no way, right? But it's Snow, so I'm like, oh, it's DTs.
Yeah,
a little bit annoying. It's not.
Goodbye.
Like, this is a good move. I think that it's very popular right now. Just when you get that, you move out with it and kind of make them use scans.
Well, it wastes their scans, and then the Arbiter comes during the push, and it's like,
okay, this move from Flash, he's really read the situation very, very well, and he should be able to easily kill 6 o'clock. The Snow's running around with these Dragoons. Let's see what he can get done.
Yeah, this is a pretty crazy surround.
Oh, that's so many tanks. Get out of here, Snow. No way, no how.
Well, I don't think this works, but I'm always holding my breath with Snow. No, that's not going to work.
Not even close right there. Things not looking so hot for Snow anymore. Good targeting by Snow, kills the maximum amount of tanks.
But is he going to kill this base? I mean, the probes are pulled.
Yeah, I think he's just straight up got it, and he's taking a 4th behind. He's preparing for a recall as well, just kind of covering his bases on ways he could lose.
Actually, yeah, I think Flash basically played a perfect game. Snow really brought it, though. But I think Snow a little bit too greedy.
Yeah.
You know? I don't think you have to. I get what he's doing. He's saying Flash play conservative, so I'm going to be so greedy. I'm going to, like, you know.
But Flash did a pressure build, and suddenly he gets punished.
Yeah. Another DT here, but I don't have any scans remaining, but this DT is not going to kill the entire T.E.N base and come back.
No. Well, Snow has still got a reasonable economy here, right? If he makes a bunch of really good moves, there's still some potential for him to make something out of this game, I think. Right? Flash right now is only on 5 factories. He's taking a 4th base. So this is a much slower road to victory in a lot of ways. He has to be careful at the Arbiter. Yeah. Let's see if Snow can make something happen. Yeah.
Snow attacks across over here. This has been such a scrappy game, too. Normally, in these positions, both the players in this matchup especially are very withdrawn. You know, they're all invested into endgame. Nobody wants to poke in too quickly. But this time around, I do think that Flash has basically played, again, a game that makes T.E.N look unstoppable, despite the fact that T.E.N's already lost today in our race war.
Yeah. Let Snow have his time, right? Arbiters can sometimes make miracles. Against Flash, it's a bit harder, though.
I think Snow is the one player who can still win this game. It's just, you know, when you're casting a Flash game and he's won this many fights and he's ahead in supply, it's kind of like, all right, well,
yeah.
You know, what do you want me to do, guys? Do you want me to lie to you, you know?
A lot of people do.
Yeah. That is a form of casting nowadays. So, I mean, he's got so many vultures, he's just actually shooting down dragoons.
Yeah. It's so funny to watch. And it's working out just fine. Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh.
Oops. Yeah, Flash just running around right now.
Over time, there will be a battering ram of Terran units coming across the map. Snow is still macroing very well. He's actually caught up to Flash.
Yeah, this has to do with the fact that Flash did all of that. Those are all very tricky moves and did everything this game so far off of 5 factories. Recently, he's added more, so his supply will start to shoot up at this point. But of course, he's trading out some vultures here and there as well. Snow deciding it is time to come out on the map. Huge sets of units moving.
I'm curious to see if he can really attack anywhere. And you're seeing a few mistakes here and there. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Another big attack in here. And, you know, he can just kill every probe. And, again, Flash tightening the noose is what we're seeing here. Oh, that was sick.
That was a good recall. Zealots on top of siege tanks
and
here.
And let's also not forget that most of the vultures were actually counterattacking.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. What an unusual play there. Just diving onto the unsieged tanks. What?
Yeah, that was crazy. He killed so many tanks.
That was so insane.
What? Look at this. He's actually clearing so many tanks.
He just ripped his face off.
Dude, he flew into 4 turrets and recalled on top of the army.
And he knew that because he was losing those workers down there, the tanks would be unsieged, so he just literally recalls on top of it, which is actually a better fight for Protoss.
And he gets a vessel, too, while he's over here, which is huge. Flash's gas is very, very low. Now, Flash has to defend a bit, right? He needs to rebuild that tank count.
By the way, almost never do you try to recall on their army.
No, it's a very rare move.
Yeah.
A very rare move. It almost always is wrong, but in this case, Flash was not really set up. Nothing was in siege mode, right? So he's not dealing any splash damage, and it was very Zealot heavy. If he had recalled, if that was all Dragoons, he loses it all instantly.
Oh my God, we're just getting started. Here we go. He's gonna try to recall, I believe.
Oh my God.
All the way deep into the main, out of tank range. Just Dragoons here.
All right, Flash is very quick in dealing with this, though.
He's gonna go for the armory over there.
Yeah, there is an armory up there, so
and he can't repair that. What is the Terran upgrades at?
2-1.
So we don't know if it's attack or armor.
Yeah.
I would imagine Flash is so good the attack upgrade is being made more in the center and the armor is all the way in the back.
That absolutely could be.
He knows which one is more likely to die to the recall.
Oh, man. Is he going to deny this 5th base as
Snow
well?
Is Snow going to win this game somehow? This is why he is the greatest PvT we've ever seen. And this is a game full of flaws, by the way. And he's lost a lot of units to mines anyways.
Well, this, as every StarCraft game, is a game full of flaws. But I tell you, it felt like Flash was playing just immaculately until that recall. That one recall, this one thing that it was not going well for him.
There's still an Arbiter in there, too.
Yeah.
That has to be killed or it will recall again.
Yeah, eventually. 100 seconds away.
So... again, I think the only thing Snow needs to work on right now is having observers to spot for the mines because he's hemorrhaging too many units just like this. You know, every hit a Protoss unit takes after shields is permanent, you know, so it's sometimes 1 or 2 Sheets tank shots or mine hits and it's like, you're in trouble. But Snow seems to be able to find isolated groups of tanks. Great D-Matrix there.
Yeah.
But Snow kills it anyways. However, is this a step too far? I think it is.
Yeah, I think Snow is running out of fuel here, right? Like, look at the supply differential now. Snow made so many great moves. He made it really scary and close, and then you look at the supplies, you're like, oh yeah, he is against Flash. I did forget about that.
Yeah, Flash is just making more. He's driven that away. He's going to comb through the map towards the lower center, and I think he can cut this army off on the pass. You know, the areas here, you know, this high ground area and the one to the right adjacent to it, it's really hard to get your army over there. Once mines are set up, once tanks are sieged up.
Yeah. Having a hard time actually running into lots of mines so far this game. Tanks set up in a beautiful position. The Vulture's actually going after the base. Oh no, he's gonna run into so many mines here.
Yeah, I think actually this game is now over. Even though there were so many great plays here, no recall, not enough energy there, only 64 energy, you need 150 to get that recall off.
Yeah, not
Okay.
looking so hot. Snow just kind of losing his entire army. Can't really replace it. Gets the vessel. Well, the scan comes out immediately, of course, because it's Flash.
And even though Snow has a great number of bases, he does not have an army. GG.
Wow.
Great game, though.
Yeah, that recall was really something else. I did not expect that. It felt like it was completely over in Flash's favor, and then that made it a little bit close
Yeah.
again. But Flash just showing that once he hits his stride, nobody can stop him.
It's crazy how he recalled on the army because we already said, but it's worth mentioning again. You don't really normally want to do that. I mean, if they are all the tanks are unsieged, there's not that many vultures there, then yeah, you
It's
can
a
do
perfect opportunity.
that. And there were vultures counterattacking on the other side of the map, which he knew there was not that many vultures to kill off all the zealots. So
I wonder how premeditated that exact move was.
yeah, he might have just YOLO'd it.
Well, he couldn't see it because there was enough turrets that observers didn't have full vision of what that area looked like.
Right.
He flew in and decided to do it. So it could have been YOLO. It could have been like, well, he is losing a lot of vultures, so it's mostly tank. Maybe this will work. Whatever it was a very cool move, but wasn't enough to take that series. And
Yeah.
Protoss has finally lost a game.
Let's take a look at the results. Well, these are the results for our group here. Flash comes out on top, Snow in second place. Jaedong losing. The Zerg's just not doing well today.
No, not so much. Terran's kind of actually as I expected. Light winning a game, Flash winning a couple games. Mind seemingly the weakest player here today. Had some
he's
some okay
good, but
plays, but wasn't quite to the level of these other guys.
he's a great player. He's been one of the best players in the past, but in 2020, he has his place, and it's not in the front.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. But the Protoss is outplaying tonight, doing a great job.
Yeah.
And they win. Yay!
Yay! So we're not going to have a 10th match here. There's nothing to decide. There's no ties here. But this was fun. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah. The esports night. This is the second time that we've gotten to do it with Brood War, right?
That's
we
right.
had the SKT versus KT show match, guys. Let people know. Let the esports night know that this is a great show, and
Follow
we
this
hope to have a
channel.
lot more. Yeah. It's I hope that we get more stuff like this because this was a lot of fun.
That's right. We're going to have a players interview now. And soon. Well, I guess when we get there, we'll get there. And yeah, this is fun. I had a good time.
수고하셨습니다.
I guess we're not going to get this on camera, but
아, 네, 좀 할 말이 없네요. 저희가 3등을 해가지고 좀 압도적으로 3등을 해가지고.
yeah, we can
되게
hear the player's
부끄럽네요.
voice. Who are we interviewing? So we're interviewing a Zerg player.
I think it's Queen.
Queen, okay.
예,
So you said something about being the third place today.
Yeah.
그쵸. 예, 다음에 또 이런 기회가 있으면은 예, 오늘보다 더 열심히 준비해가지고
Queen's saying
예, 좋은 모습
he
보여드리도록
hopes in the next
하겠습니다.
10 tournament he'll be able to do better for Zerg.
I hope so too.
Yes.
뭐 테란이나 프로토스 둘 다
We're asking about what the mistakes were earlier.
2승씩 했는데 저만 1승 1패 해가지고 제가 좀 책임이 큰 것 같아서.
It's because of me, it's not because of Zerg.
2승을 해줬어야 되는데 그
And
생각밖에
that's what
없는 것
became
같아요.
or got in last place. I could have won 2 games, but I failed. I want them to just zoom in on you while we do this, by the way.
Just nod my head.
Yeah.
Like, that's right. It is your
Yeah.
fault.
They're hoping he can do a better job next time. He says thank you.
수고했습니다.
They're wrapping that interview up.
Yeah.
So the commentators are going to talk about those games, what happened, kind of like we did.
Yeah.
This is the best part of the show, is the part where they just leave us here on camera. Well, an entire other part of the show happens.
Yeah. So Yeah, the Zergs didn't do well. We already kind of went over that.
I appreciate that he didn't blame his race. I mean, he played really well, to be honest.
You can't really blame your race in Brood War.
아, 예, 수고하셨습니다.
They have Flash on. So you won the last
네.
game. Congratulations.
그 주장으로서 그래도 2위를 확정했다는 게 좀 뿌듯하고요. 그 주장 모스 한것 같아서 아쉽게
I'm
이번에는
glad I got
2등했지만
Wheelie's got second place for
기회가
T.E.N.
있으면 1등에 한번 도전해 보도록 하겠습니다.
I hope to do better next time.
네. 예, 안 그래도 아까 되게 좀 위기소침해 있었는데, 뭐,
Honestly, I was a little bit
진
upset.
거고 그래도 요새 잘하고 있으니까, 연애도 잘하고 있고,
But-
앞으로 더, 예, 다음에 또 기회 있으면 그때 또 같이 해가지고, 그때는 꼭 같이 잘했으면 좋겠습니다. 성균 형도.
I think we did some pretty good moves and pretty good plays, so best luck in the future for T.E.N. And now the commentators are talking.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm glad we have events like this, though.
No, it's fun to have something that's not like just a league all
아,
the
예,
time, you
아닙니다,
know?
아닙니다.
So we have show matches
is
to have
just a
fun with
league.
it.
또
Yeah.
있으면
there's something to the
안
last.
할 수도 있긴 하지만
Sorry.
같이 했으면 좋겠습니다.
They're still talking to Flash a little bit.
Probably ask him to sign their mouse pad.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see him play random, by the way.
That is going to be a load of fun next
Yes.
ASL season. That is going to be something else, especially if he goes far.
Or if he just dies right
yeah,
away and we're like, oh, yeah, you
고생하셨습니다.
can't do that. So the interview with Flash is done. And that means it's time for P-Toss.
네, 감사합니다.
They're interviewing Bisu
수고하셨습니다.
now. They said congratulations. He says thanks.
네, 폐관수련 했다고.
He said, I can tell you practice a
했잖아요.
lot. He says, yes, I did. They're talking about how he doesn't always practice like 100%, but it seems like he's doing much better now. Talking about his 2 wins. And put Protoss in the better position at the start of the series, which should give him that momentum.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Took
Never
the
came
pressure
back.
off the other players.
Did in a lot of ways.
뭐 일단 다 잘했는데.
Who deserves the most credit for the win they're asking him?
재욱이가 그 성균이를 이기면 1등이 확정이었거든요. 그래서 재욱이가 진짜 그 확정 지어준 그 게임이 가장 중요하지 않았나 싶고요. 일단
I think it's best
뭔가
he came
엔트가
out
잘
first
맞아
place.
떨어진 것 같아요. 제가 좀 나가서 기선제압을 하고 싶었는데
That was decisive.
그런 이제 그 퍼즐이 잘 맞으면서 저희가 좀 좋은 성적을 낸 것 같습니다.
He said overall they had good teamwork. They
다
prepped for it.
잘했는데
Came in there with good
그래도
builds.
재욱이 확정해준 재욱이가 더 잘한 것 같습니다.
So he says thanks for best, making Protoss the best. I'm happy the Protoss has won.
Yeah.
It's good.
MVP를 주는
And you know what? I'm
거예요?
glad the Zergs lost.
Thank God for that.
They didn't say that. That's me talking to him.
Of course, they get prize money. There's a bunch of prize money on the line, and
That's
Geekstar
right.
PCs, I think.
They're taking over, by the way, Geekstar.
Are they?
They got a lot of PC cafes out here.
That's cool.
One by my house is a Geekstar. I go there quite
It
a bit.
looks
Where am I
handsome.
It looks like a Transformer's
Yeah.
knee. That's what that. Yeah.
A
The
lot
level
of
of lights, like my computer, my desktop computer over there, it looks like it could have been, one of the alien ships in an old 90s movie that landed in my house.
Yeah.
But that looks like it's from a Transformers movie.
Yeah, it really does. Much fancier.
I think we're going
much
to get a
nicer
shot of it
than
on
my PC.
camera. Or maybe we're not. Maybe they're just going to keep us on camera through this entire
PC가
segment.
500만 원이면
I think that's the right way to do it.
There we go.
There it is.
There it is. Look at that. That looks like Optimus Prime's heart.
We finally killed him.
Yeah. Finally.
Finally, there will
At
be no more
last.
Transformers movies. So,
So did they win that?
I thought I saw that the second place team is going to win a PC or something like that.
So what does the first place team win? Enough money to buy a couple of those PCs?
Hopefully, yeah.
Imagine
Looks
it's not enough
expensive.
money. Yeah, it looks expensive. Yeah, it doesn't even really look like a computer.
와, 아니 안
No.
그래도 저희가 얘기를 했거든요. 컴퓨터를 누구 줄지.
So they're saying they're asking because I guess there's only one PC to give away. They're asking PC who should best be the one to take the PC.
이거 같이 주는 거 어떤가요?
I think he said yes.
Be like, no, me.
Yeah. He's like, no. I think he said Tesla should have the PC. Okay, I mean, what a
이거
shock.
500만 원짜리라고 했죠?
The one Protoss that really brought us through all the matches tonight, tasteless.
Yeah. They're like, who deserves this most? It's like, well, it was the Protoss foreign caster who really described our play so well.
Yeah.
상의를 해봐야 될 것 같습니다. 이거.
Tosis once again leaves with nothing.
I think they're gonna have they're gonna wait and see who's gonna get it, or have a lottery. I didn't catch.
Maybe a voting or something.
A voting? A vote?
Yeah.
Democracy? Can you have that with 3 people? Isn't it possible that they each vote for themselves?
Yeah, but I think they would all vote for each other too. Because you gotta
Yeah,
look
I
like-
wouldn't do that. One person votes for me, I'm like, ah! I'm like walking with my PC backing out of the room.
Totally.
And so, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna find out
Yeah,
here who gets it.
they're gonna figure it
Yeah.
out on stream.
There's gonna be a really catty fight later on about this.
They're gonna probably do that stupid.
저희
So it's gonna be like,
뭐
I think
시작할 때는
I should have it.
You know the ladder game they do on stream all the time?
Yeah.
안 낼 거예요.
I bet you
저도
they'll do
좀,
that to figure it out.
Okay.
좀 쉬었고요. 그래서 좀 자신이 좀 긴가민가했는데 첫 게임 이길 때부터 뭔가 기분이 좋았어요. 그러면서 제가 2승하고 나서 뭔가 오늘 분위기 좋다 했는데
He's saying it wasn't obvious they
결과가
make great
좋아서 너무
results,
좋고요. 다음에 또 있으면
but once they won the first
다시
series,
한번 1등할 수
it
있는
seemed like we were had good
경기력
rhythm.
펼칠 수
We're in a
있도록
roll.
하겠습니다.
We made it. Say thank you
네,
very much.
감사합니다. 네.
All right, that does it for our interview.
Okay. Very
I wish
good.
they had given the PC to me though.
I would.
And
love
what I
to
would
have
do
that
is when
PC.
I'm streaming, I just have that other PC behind me with all the lights on. I've never even hooked a monitor up to it to see how it runs. It's
But
just
it's
like,
always
yeah,
on.
it's just a big glowing light bulb thing in my house.
It's so much electricity for that.
Yeah. I get my bill. I'm like, that's
It's not
weird.
even on the internet.
I'm like, that's weird. I turn my AC off and leave that PC plugged in all night. In fact, I leave it on so much that I'm afraid of the dark now. Like, I have to sleep with that next to my bed.
And can you imagine as well? It's such a strong PC. It's like sentient, and it's so lonely, and it just wishes it had some input from the world.
That's it, guys. Thank you for joining us. We love you. We will see you again. Hopefully there's, I don't know when the next one is, but
Yeah.
it's going to happen eventually. GSL tomorrow.
Yeah. See you then.
Bye-bye. We love you. Take care. Wash your hands.